What's up, guys? Jar here, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the only ad creatives that you need to hit 100K a month. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So really what we had to really identify and really get our point across as of 2026 is that creative does the targeting, right? So the idea that, you target certain interests, let's say you have a creatine product, the idea that you target like fitness interest or you target bodybuilding and all these little substacks is dated. We're not going to do that anymore, especially in 2026. So we're going to actually give Meta the most amount of audiences and the biggest audience pool to work with. So leaving everything broad. And this aligns with their best practices, especially with Andromeda. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows that up until this point. But if you don't, Creative is going to do the targeting. So basically what this means is essentially if you wanted to target, different segments of the funnel, let's say top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, your creative is actually going to influence where that placement is actually placed. Right, so top of funnel ads, let's just break this down on what these mean. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. So when you look at a funnel, right, essentially you can look at a funnel and break it down into three, segments. So top of funnel is more so going to be your brand awareness, right, where people are first hearing about your brand. Middle funnel is going to be more sort of that nurturing stage, right, where they're more familiar with your brand. And then bottom of funnel is going to be more so that conversion stage where they finally convert into a sale, right? So with the top of funnel ads, right, you're going to usually have higher spend, lower CPMs, lower frequencies, higher CPAs, and positive user experience within Meta. Middle of funnel ads, you're usually going to have medium spend, medium CPAs or CPMs, medium frequency, medium CPAs, and neutral to positive user experience. And with bottom of funnel ads, you're usually going to have low spend, high CPMs, high frequencies, and low CPAs. And this usually has an often negative or interruptive user experience. And what this really looks like in practice in terms of actual formats and ad creative styles is that top of funnel ads can be something like a street reaction or a public testing video, or it can be a story time or educational video. Middle of funnel ads can be a fit demonstration / unboxing video, or a frequently asked question or product walkthrough. And then bottom of funnel ads more so going to be like the offer statics, bundle deals, restocking announcements, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just an example, right, of some different stages of the funnel, right? So this will be like considered a top of funnel ad, right? This from AG1, right? Top of funnel ad in the sense that you haven't heard about the brand before, right? So it has a very broad, headline and hook. So it says, "Mistake I'm never making again," right? So if you're just scrolling, if this appeals to you, you're gonna stop and watch that video, right? Now with this ad specifically, this more so like a product walkthrough and product showcase. So this would be in the more middle funnel. And then this right here, this is essentially a bottom of funnel ad in which it's just showcasing, an offer of the welcome kit, right? So as you can see here, just off of this, right, these will kind of align with these different KPIs and trends that I outlined here. And I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like in practice within the ad account. So over a 30-day period, all right, this is my ad account with my brand Angelic. And as you can see here, in terms of amount spent, right, you can see these specific ads, right, are spending the most amount of money. And the reason why this specific ad specifically is spending the most amount of money is because it is a top of funnel ad. Like I said, it has a good hook and it's very engaging, right? It has a positive user experience. Because when you look at, ads or just even content that you see in general within your actual For You page, it's more so content that has gone viral. It has a lot of likes, it has a lot of shares, etc. Right? And essentially the reason why that is because the platforms, they want you to stay on the platform for as long as possible, right? So showing the users on the platform engaging pieces of content is going to help with that, right? So this is where your top of funnel is really gonna help on that aspect in terms of filling the funnel and overall brand awareness, and also introducing that overall positive user experience. And then also what I forgot to mention is the actual how Meta determines its ad auction, right? So you have your bid, right? So this is how much you're willing to pay for a conversion, and then you have your estimated action rate. This is essentially what it says, right? Your actual estimated action rate, like how likely is someone to actually take an action on your piece of content, and then your ad quality, in terms of the overall user experience. So that determines, whether or how much your actual, conversion cost is, right? And like I said, just going back into this 30-day period, we can have these different ads. And I'll actually break these down in an example here later on. But in terms of top of funnel ads, like I said, right, you're going to have low CPMs, right? So if we break this down, we actually want to break this down on a day-by-day basis, especially from a frequency perspective, because this can be misleading. So frequency, right, we're getting like 1.06, 1.01, 1.02, et cetera, et cetera. So these are actually very low frequencies. That means it's hitting a lot of net new visitors and net new audiences on a day-to-day basis, right? And essentially what this means is that this is essentially a prospecting ad, right? So our also cost per 1,000 visitors or cost per 1,000 impressions, right? This is our CPM. It's actually very low relative to the account as well, sitting around $7. And then this is our cost per 1,000 account centers reached. So this is our unique, cost to reach 1,000 account centers. So this is kind of different than impressions, because impressions doesn't account for the same user, but account center reach is a unique impression essentially. So it's very telling in terms of actual, prospecting. And then our actual CPA and then return on ad spend is listed here. And then as you can see here, just off this, right, and it's usually going to get a lot more spend, right, as a prospecting ad because it appeals to a lot more people. And then this is another prospecting ad, as you can see here, frequency 1.05, 1.03, 1.00, 1.00, 1.00, right? So that's just showing that this is showing to a lot of net new people. And I guess I can break it down and give you like a kind of rule book to play off of in terms of frequency, right? So top of funnel is usually going to be like at around 1.00 to like 1.1 almost, right? Middle of funnel is usually going to be like a 1.15 to like a 1.2. Say 1 point, yeah, like 1.2. Bottom of funnel is more so going to be like a 1.25 to like a 1.5 plus. You know what I'm saying? So essentially frequency, if you're not too familiar with frequency, is essentially the amount of times that person sees the ad, right? So I have it broken down by day, right? So this is the amount of times the person sees the ad in a day, in one day, right? So as you can see there, yeah, 1.05, 1.03. So they seen the ad one time, 1.03 times, right? Et cetera, right? And then middle of funnel ads, right? So this is essentially moving down the stage, right, in terms of middle of funnel. And then just looking at the return on ad spend as well, like I said and mentioned, prospecting ads are usually going to have worse return on ad spends, right? But you don't want to look at, ads in isolation. You more so want to look at them as a funnel as a whole, right? Because if you look at it from like a basketball team perspective, right? Not everyone on the team can be Michael Jordan, right? You need some other Scottie Pippens, you need a center, you need all these other positions to have a championship team, right? So your prospecting ads are going to do a great job filling the funnel, right? And then your middle funnel and bottom of funnel ads are going to overall decrease your CPA and boost your return on ad spend, right? So it's very important that you have all of these type of ads, because if you killed the top of funnel ads because they had bad CPAs or bad return on ad spends, then you're essentially going to dry out the funnel, and then you're not going to be able to spend as much within Meta, and your efficiency is overall going to drop as a whole, right? So it's very important that we take note of that, right? Moving on to the second middle funnel ad, right? Frequency, as you can see, 1.17, 1.17, 1.15, 1.16, et cetera, right? Then we have our return on ad spend, 3.5, 3.36 over there. And then we also have our CPMs, and then our our unique 1,000 count centers reach, right? CPMR, as you can see here, 13 versus 16. And then our prospecting ads are reaching 11, 7, as you can see. So they're doing better at prospecting. So these are more middle funnel, as you can see, with all these metrics. So these kind of help us tell the story, from our spend to our CPM, to our CPMR, to our frequency, our cost per purchase, in our return on ad spend. These all just help tell the story on what this ad is doing and where it sits in the funnel, right? So moving to our bottom of funnel ads, right? As you can see, has the least amount of spend, right? Um, has the least amount of spend. Cost per uh, cost per 1,000 account centers reach is the highest, right? And then its frequency is also the highest as well. And then the return on ad spend is the highest from that perspective. So that's just like kind of breaks down the overall funnel, right? And then you can just see it from that perspective. And then over a 7-day period, this is kind of what something could look like. Kind of the same things, right? Just looking at the frequencies, right? The return on ad spend, the CPMR, the CPMs, CPMR, return on ad spend, frequencies, right? Frequencies again, return on ad spend, CPMR, CPM. As you can see, there's a clear directional trend and flow within this. And if you see like any discrepancies, let's say like your top of funnel ad is performing pretty poorly, right? Then that means that you need to introduce a new creative testing where you're launching more top of funnel creatives to help that weakest link in the chain, essentially, right? And then if you don't have any bottom of funnel ads, but you have only top of funnel ads, then you can increase your return on ad spend and your overall efficiency in the ad account by just introducing some static ads, to help close that stage and complete that loop, right? And then just kind of showcasing the final steps here: frequency, return on ad spend higher, CPMR is higher, CPMR as well, right? Now, this is not going to be 100% perfect, right, all of the time, right? If you have some of the metrics off, like not according to this rule book or general sheet, then that's because, the ad is doing a bad job at that stage of the funnel. So it's very important that you're able to diagnose what that is and why that is, right? So in terms of actual examples, I actually showcase some examples for you guys. Let me see this.
You ever just sit back and think, damn, I get no bitches. Maybe because you look like shit. I'm just keeping it on. Harvard School of Psychology did a
So what
study
this
and
is
found out women
actually
are 12 times more
a
attracted
top
to
of funnel
men who
ad. As you
possess
can
wealth.
see,
And I know y'all probably like,
it's
nigga, that's
very
obvious. But the ever just sit back
compelling in
and
terms of
think,
the hook.
damn, I
And I
get no
actually
bitches.
brought
Maybe
this on
because you
as an
look like
unaware
shit. I'm
ad. I
just
wrote
keeping
this
it
ad
on.
script out using
Harvard
Eugene
School
Schwartz
of
market
Psychology did a
sophistication,
study and
market
found out
awareness
women are
levels,
12
right?
times more
And this
attracted
is
to
very
men who
deliberate in the
possess
way
wealth.
I
And
scripted
I know
this out.
y'all
And
probably
I
like,
sent this
nigga,
to one
that's
of my
obvious.
creators and he
But
created
the
this.
solution is an
So that got
inferior
a lot of
analysis.
spend for the ad account and did very well in terms of the top of funnel prospecting ad. Here's another one. This is more unorthodox. As you can see, it's not really selling the hoodie more so, but it's getting that curiosity, right? And it kind of serves as a touch point. This ran on TikTok for a very long time. And yeah, people were very curious on what this was, so that got a lot of engagement as well. Middle of funnel ads, this is something that's less engaging, right? This is something you'll kind of scroll past. If you see on a story on Instagram or something, right, you're really not going to stop and spend too much time looking at it. But if you have visited the site, right, or if you've seen these first ads, right, now you already know about the brand. Now you're going to be more familiar with it, and it's kind of help you like picture and visualize, what this will look like on body and like lead you to purchase later on. And then bottom of funnel, let's say you've seen all of these ads, right now. You're getting hit with this ad. Still 2 for 88 for procrastinators, right? Now you're more likely to convert on this as well as this, right? And as you can see, it's very deliberate and very intentional on where these sit in the funnel. And it's very important that we have each and every one of these, right? Because if we eliminate any of these from the equation, then the overall team and the overall function and ecosystem is going to perform very poorly, right? And then here are some more recent creatives. All right, so this is a top of funnel ad. As you can see, it's just more so showcasing the product. This is just like high, middle funnel, high, low top of funnel. But yeah, it's just something, striking visually. People like the hoodie, right? Same with this, right? The cleanest zip up, right? Like this ad itself spent multiple 6 figures for my brand, brought in many, many millions. And yeah, this is actually me in the ad, which is funny. But yeah, as you can see, just showcasing the product, not being salesy at all, just showcasing it, right? And then middle funnel, right? These were actually generated using Nano Banana. As you can see, just showcasing what it looks like in person. on body, and then actual bottom of funnel, right? Your next fit, right? So as you can see here, these are really the only ad creatives that you need to hit 100K a month. And then just really just launching out ad creative tests on a weekly basis at each of these stages of the funnel, and really analyzing what, type of ad that needs to be relaunched and redid to improve the overall system and team. My name's Jar. If you want some one-on-one help on how to implement this, and more specifically on which ad creatives actually work and actually how to scale your actual ad account, then you can click the link down in the description below. I'm taking on some new clients for this month. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.